Hello friends, it's Jayma here and I have a school photo layout for you today. And in front of me I have the homemade sweetness paper pack, but I'm just going to use this top paper here that looks like notebook paper. I'm also pulling in a few other paper packs, this book print from the Hobby Haven, and then I'm also going to get a lot of my embellishments from the Hobby Haven pack. It's a specialty pack that has a lot of die cut embellishments in it. And then I also have Country Woods here. I thought that this dark wood tone would look really pretty with that book paper. And then I also have the Nature Walk paper here. I thought that one of these papers would look good. I was thinking maybe the teal at first to bring out the teal in that book paper, but I don't like the way it looks with my son's shirt because it's more of a purpley blue than a greeny blue like that. So I'm going to pull in this kind of grayish, bluish secret sea pattern, and I think that is going to look really good with my son's shirt. I'm going to put it in between the wood and the book paper so it's not right against his shirt. And here I'm just showing you that that Nature Walk paper, the sticker sheet is completely nature themed, completely has nothing to do with back to school, but the patterns in that pack are so versatile and will go with so many things. So I'm doing a layout that's very different from anything that I've done, and I love the way this turned out. I found a pin on Pinterest, a layout from Wendy Meffin, and I will link her layout down in the description box below if you want to see hers. Hers is not back to school or school themed at all. It was about riding a cable car, and she had one photo, so I added another photo, and I'm going to add some really fun embellishing, and I'm just thrilled with how this turned out. I definitely want to do this again. The ripping of the paper was so fun. I need to remember to do that more often. These photos of my kids are just from this school year, so just in the fall, and it's always incredible every time I get the school photos because, you know, they get done annually, and I was just looking through all of their school photos from the past like 4 years because I still have all of those to scrapbook. So I brought them all to this retreat I was at, and it's just incredible looking at how different they look just year after year. You don't necessarily notice it as you're scrapbooking because I scrapbook all over the place. Sometimes it's like 7 years ago, sometimes it was last year, but really comparing the school photos, you really notice it. Tell me I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Anyways, I'm going to do 3 layers of this tearing, and I'm trying to make it fairly even so that you see the paper come out from all the way across that paper. There might be an easier way to do this, but I'm just holding the top layer up and then tearing the bottom layer. This one I probably should have torn a little bit further from the edge. I wasn't thinking that I could use this piece then as the bottom layer, but I'm going to tear just the teeny tiniest little piece here. This bottom layer is a little bit more straight across than the top layer because I wanted to make room for the photos to kind of like stagger and stick up across the top. So it's a little easier for me to tear that bottom layer. It's not quite even, but it's okay. It doesn't have to stick out all the way across. It's that top layer that was a little bit trickier. But in order to save a little bit of paper, I'm trimming it so that it's not going to go up to the full height. You just have a little bit sticking down, and then we'll make this layer work. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll work just fine. And that's kind of something about tearing is supposed to be imperfect, right? It's kind of like an organic look, so that's okay. So I'm going to do the bottom layer here again, which is a little more straight across. Another thing you're going to want to keep in mind if you're tearing is that one side is going to have the white core. You can see that over on the left, and the other side is not. I did not want the white core for this particular project, so I'm tearing the right side toward me, and so then the right side doesn't have the white core, the left side does. So if you do want that white core, just reverse it. And then I think I ended up kind of ruffling the edges a little bit to add a little distressing. I might have inked the edges. Now I can't remember, but we'll find out pretty soon here. So let's just layer all of these up and make sure I like where all the tears are landing. And I think that looks pretty good. So let's move on to embellishing. So here's the rest of the Hobby Haven pack. I used this recently for a retreat layout, which is actually the retreat I'm at here in this video. I did this layout actually first. So I pulled out all these kind of die cuts that could work for back to school. I was looking for colors that would work. I've got, you know, the browns and the turquoises and the kind of oranges. I started pulling out some greens and then realized I do not have any green in this layout, so that's not going to work. So I will put those back. But this pack is really fun because it's got tons of different die cuts you can use. Some of them, like these little sprigs, will work for a variety of things, and then some are more hobby related, like sewing and art and books and all kinds of stuff. Now this is the Just a Note bundle, and the stamps are out of stock now, but the dies are still available in the last chance section. I think they are 50% off, so run, don't walk if you have back to school layouts to do, because they're not going to last much longer, and they really brought this theme to life. So you definitely don't necessarily need the stamps. I'm going to use the lines here to stamp the notebook paper, but you can just use a ruler and a pen and make your own lines. But there's paper clips and a binder clip. You can see those kind of off to the right. And then I used the brand new Lunar Luster paper, that silver paper that you saw me use. Really worked so well for the paper clips and then the metal parts of the binder clips. I love how that turned out, and they're all going to make it on the page. I used Secret C to stamp my lines to go with all the Secret C I have in my layout. And I'm using my Misty here, pretty much because I only brought little blocks to the retreat. If I needed any big blocks, I had my Misty for that. And I'm going to cut it out with this notebook paper. And I wanted the tear of the notebook paper on the right side of the page, or on the right side, because it's going to go on the right side of the page from the photos. So I definitely wanted you to be able to see it. I could have die cut it the other way, because then I could have just flipped it over. But anyways, and then I have this Capturing Smiles stamp and die set, which is brand new, and I know it has not been available. It's sold out in the demonstrator preview, and everybody is anxiously awaiting it. It is expected March 23rd, so we don't have too much longer, or at least the week of March 23rd. So if you have your eye on the Capturing Smiles stamp and die set, I used it recently for a big camera on a Disney layout, and it was so cute. And here I'm using it just for the little camera. And then I'm also stamping a little word saying here. It says "looking good," and I thought that was pretty appropriate for school photos because they are definitely looking good. So here I've got all of the embellishments that I pulled out and that I created with dies, and I'm going to pull it all together here. I ended up die cutting a couple more of those notebook dies because I wanted to pull in the papers that I used a little bit more. So I used that same wood grain and the same Secret C kind of graph looking paper from Nature Walk. And then I have this stamp that says "Choose to Shine." It's from an old Close to My Heart set. So I'm just placing my paper clips and some of my other embellishments before I stamp that. I have the stamp there just to kind of as a placeholder. And then I'm going to start placing all the embellishments to make sure I like everything before I commit to stamping. And this is my favorite part. I love embellishing and just playing around. I look at color. Since I have everything pulled out pretty much that I think I'm going to use, now is when I'm looking at color and size and shape. And I want at least one of each color represented in the clusters. So I have a natural spot in the top left of the photos, and I think in the bottom right of the photos for kind of a diagonal draw across for the embellishment clusters. And then to make a visual triangle, I decided to make an embellishment cluster up here in the top right. I can't remember if my inspiration layout had it up there or not, but because that paper up there is busy, I pulled in some banners to help anchor those embellishments. So I'm going to pull in a another little banner here. I had just these little scraps left of that Secret C paper, and so there were two little pieces, and so I pieced them together to look like a longer banner. I had enough paper. I could have cut another one, but why do that when you have scraps that'll work, right? So there's that little camera. It looks really cute up there. I was really trying to use this 7th and 4th stamps that I had in my stash from Close to My Heart to represent their grades. So I stamped them on these circles from Spotlight on Nature. And I just wasn't liking the circles because I already had the circle that said looking good. And then I had auditioned some other circles too, like the one with the orange heart over on the left. I wasn't liking more circles. So then I placed them on the notebook paper and I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna stamp them right on the notebook paper here. I don't really have much journaling to say because these are just their annual school photos and I don't really say much on these. I just kind of let them be and I'll, journal more about where they are in the season of life on other types of pages. So I put the circles where I liked them and then I used my Misty to place the 7 and 4 again exactly where I wanted them, and then I know they'll still be in the exact same place. I also at the same time put the Choose to Shine little topper at the top of the notebook paper. So that's going to be in, I think that was in the Lost Lagoon color, and then the 4 and 7 is in Secret C. And then that's pretty much going to be all the journaling for this layout. I get asked often what I do when I create single page layouts. What do I do to the space next to it? Do I create something with the same paper or, what? But I typically don't really worry about what's next to it. To me, if they look completely different, it just makes it more obvious that they're not the same event, that they're completely different pages. So I don't mind that I have something with books and these a little bit more masculine colors on one page, and then next to it I might have bright summery, well, probably not summery because I'll put this in the fall portion of my scrapbook. I put them all in order, but I might have like a fall layout that has completely different colors next to it or something like that. And that doesn't bother me. But if it does, then just if you have a single layout to do, you could do one layout for each child. If you also have 2 kids to scrapbook like I do one layout for each and have their own page. You might separate your kids' layouts into different scrapbooks. I know a lot of people do that. I just keep one scrapbook, a family scrapbook, so both of my kids, our whole family, everything goes in that one scrapbook. But I do have like a school album for each of them. So I will then scrapbook again each of these photos with other photos from school specifically. I've got a double page layout for each grade, and I'll put their school photo and then maybe a few pictures that like their teacher has sent me or from the first day of school that I'll add in there. So that actually could be something I add to this page, is maybe next to it I put the pictures from the first day of school next to it instead of a fall layout, because I do take pictures from the first day of school and I scrapbook those, and I scrapbook their school pictures and I put them all in our family album like this. So, scrapbooking really is a personal thing. Try not to overthink it, because I know I can get so caught up in the details, like, oh no, what should I put next to this? And should I scrapbook their first day of school photos with their school photos? And you can do so much overthinking. And to me, I just scrapbook what feels like it should go together. Their school pictures go together, and it makes me happy to scrapbook those separately from the first day of school photos. So to me, I'm just happy that I get them done. As my little finishing touch, I'm adding some of the Secret C pearls around the page. I'm putting a few in each cluster. There is a pack of pearls that has been coming out with every in color pack, and there's another pack coming out for the next in colors for 26 to 27. So here is a close-up look at how everything turned out. I'll have everything I used linked in the description below, and if you'd like to see still shots, they'll be on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest, FAVES, which are also linked below. Just hit that more link underneath this video and you'll see lots more information. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and here's another one that you might enjoy as well. So go ahead and click that and I'll see you over there. Bye!